Oh, there you are, YouTube.
October 17. What are we watching today? What's that say?
The First Omen.
The First Omen. Okay.
I think that one's new.
So
I think people liked it.
they did like it?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember watching the Omen remake on 6606 in the theaters. My dad saw the original Omen in theaters and said that was the scariest movie he had ever seen. So I'm not like a huge fan of the Omen movies, but I'm excited to see the new one because it's, I don't know, family tradition or something. It's weird.
This is the type of horror movie that actually does scare me. It makes me feel extremely unsettled. It's like that religious horror stuff. I don't know. There's just something like that feels extra substantial, not substantial, like tangible about it. Just it all feels like too real or something like that. I don't know. Like there's some sort of realism that they inject in those movies that make them feel like this could be happening. This could be happening. It doesn't feel so fantastical for some reason, these types of movies. Now, I think I said this earlier, but I've seen the Omen remake, and I think I remember being very disappointed in that when I saw it. Pete Postlethwaite's in it, though, so, that's cool. Um, and I recently watched the original Omen, and I think that was a first time watch when I saw that. Um, and I did a review on it because I believe it was in our calendar last year. And I think I thought some of that was just like a little maybe ridiculous because, and this is like a thing with like 70s movies. It's like they were afraid to use young stars or something like that because Gregory Peck is in it. And he just, I don't know, he seems too old for it. And there was another movie that I was thinking that about recently, just like these 70s movies, like anything with Charlton Heston in the 70s. What are you doing here? Um, and then I don't know, like that's kind of how that movie, the original Omen, felt to me, or feels to me now anyway. I can't remember how I felt at the time, but anyway, what this movie is, it is a prequel to that movie, the version from the 70s, right? Um, and I felt I think that was, maybe we were supposed to know that going in. Like I kind of assumed that, with the title like The First Omen. So there was no like surprise there as I was watching it and things were unfolding leading up to the uh, Omen film, that original Omen film. So that anytime something was stated or whatever, there was never a moment of like, oh my goodness, because you just kind of know. Excuse me. But I still thought it was a great unfolding in learning how Damien came into this world, because we really aren't given that. What we are given is just Damien being handed off, right, and adopted and all that. And this gives you the, yeah, how he came into this world and why also. And I think that's another good thing about like these sort of like I guess Antichrist movies and stuff like that, is it's usually about just like power in general, like and coming from like um, Satan's point of view, where this actually think gives a more unique and interesting purpose for why he was brought into the world. So you have like the Catholic Church, but there's like, it's like broken up into two sections basically, like the good version and the bad version. And the bad version, they're still following Christ, or they think they are, but they're doing it sort of like as false prophets sort of thing, because they are very worried about the way in which the world is going. And they, there's just all sorts of turmoil going on, and people are leaving the church and disillusioned in the church and not going to church, and numbers are dropping and things like that, and they're really worried about that. So they're still like Christians in what they're worried, or thinking they are, and they're worried about people leaving the church. So what they do is, can I tell you this? Are you okay with spoilers right now? I'm going to get into spoilers right now. So what they do is they try and like harvest is that the right word? Or create the Antichrist, not to take over the world, not because they want they're following Satan. At least in their mind, they're not. You know, Satan's the deceiver here and making them think all of this, but they're they're um, they're thinking if we let the Antichrist free, then people will see real horrors and terrors in the world and evils and things like that. And then that will frighten them back into the doors and into the pews. And then our churches will be full again. Isn't that wild? Like, I just thought that was such a wild, interesting concept as to why Damien was created, because they were trying to put butts in the seats. They were trying to rock this place. They were trying to, like, sister act the place up, not through choir and popular songs being turned into gospel songs and Christian songs and hymnal songs and things like that. Instead, what they're trying to do is unleash the beast and scare people back into the church. And it's like, you got all her twisted. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a very scary movie. It was very unsettling. I think there was only like maybe one like jump scare in it, but it worked. Jump scares, you know, I feel like a lot of times can be just like cheap scares, and this only had one, but I thought it was done really well, and the rest of it was just like unsettling. And the actress, what was her name? Nell Tiger Free, like the main actress in this. We're sort of following all of this through her eyes and doing a lot of investigating. She's doing a lot of investigating and things like that. I mean, she's like a nun, but she's like sort of like given a task from like a good Catholic, you know, like, hey, I need you to look into this. So she's, you know, kind of keeping her eye on things and stuff. And then things get, you know, she gets in pretty deep and stuff. But anyway, she is a wonderful actress. I have never seen her in anything before. Actually, I have, because I saw she was in Game of Thrones, but I don't remember her in Game of Thrones. But I thought she was so good in this. And she looks like a young actress, but she's acting like she has a heck of a lot of experience. So I don't know, probably a future star, maybe. I don't know how old she is. If she's probably in her 20s or something like that. So I don't know. Maybe she already is a star, and I'm just aged out of knowing who's famous anymore. But I feel like this person is gonna be a like someday. I don't want to jinx it for her, but like an Oscar nominated actress. Just like watching her in this, I was just like, you are elevating so much of this. You're making it feel like it could be. Like I feel like with streaming and things like that, no movie really leaves a cultural footprint anymore. But I just feel like if this movie was, because it's great as it is. I think anyway. I thought it was great as it is. Wonderfully directed, great cinematography, amazing acting, spooky, scary. But I just kept thinking, like, if this was filmed with the equipment of the 1970s, like, this would be legitimate all-timer classic sort of thing. I think it could have achieved that, because I just felt like it was done very well. I think I remember hearing positive things about it when it came out, but I don't know. I need to see if I'm a lone wolf on this. Actually, my wife liked it a lot too. We both liked it, and we're both freaked out by it. But anyways, the First Omen was, in our opinion, very good, spooky, and I don't know. I just thought it was well acted. And if I could gripe about anything, is I just wish it was filmed with film, you know, from the 70s, using 70s equipment and sounded like a 70s movie and stuff like that, because that would have tied it in a little bit more visually with the original film. So anyway, I'm curious if you've seen it. It came out this year, actually. I don't know when. Maybe back in June, probably. You know, 6 month, probably June 6th. I don't know. But anyway, I want to know if you saw it. If you did, what do you think of it? Also, I'm curious to know what you're watching this holiday season as we count down the days to Halloween. Are you watching horror films? If so, which ones? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below, and perhaps we'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.